Enough with the easy stuff. Let's finally spice it up a little bit. In this lesson, we will learn the German present tense and a few verbs along the way. You may have noticed in the last few lessons that the verbs occasionally change their endings depending on the person that they're referring to. For example, you would say Ich komme aus England, but also Du kommst aus England. The same thing happens in English as well, just on a much smaller scale. For example, you would say I speak German, but also she speaks German. See the little difference? In German, each and every person in singular and plural will have a different ending, and of course, they will not be the same across the different tenses. So, for every tense, you will have to learn how it changes. So, why not start with the present tense? It's really not difficult, and I always say that it's the equivalent of making spaghetti. Everyone can eventually learn how to do it, and after just a few tries, you don't even have to look at the cookbook anymore. So let's take a look at the recipe for the German present tense. How to make the German present tense. First of all, you will need a big, thick dictionary, freshly picked verbs. If it's your first time cooking German, take an easy one. And the correct present tense endings. For beginners, it's best to just learn them by heart. Additionally, you will need a sharp knife or scissors and some other words of your choice. Step 1. Take the big dictionary and pick a fresh verb. You can use the dictionary in the beginning stages if you still don't know all the verbs that you might want to use, or at more advanced stages when you will have to deal with crazy and irregular verbs. Although it's nice to have a big dictionary always by your side, and we all know how nice books smell, let's face it, it's not always very convenient. That's why there are luckily a lot of online dictionaries out there to choose from. For this demonstration, we will pick the verb kochen, to cook. If it struggles, just pull a little harder. There it is. You caught yourself a verb. Now what? We first need to trim it a little bit to make it ready for the present tense. That's where the scissors or knife come in. We have to cut off the infinitive ending. The what? The infinitive ending. When you take a fresh, unprocessed verb out of the dictionary, it will always look like this, with the infinitive ending en. And if you wish to do anything with the verb, you first have to cut it off. Don't worry, it's not painful at all. What you are left with is the so-called stem or base of the verb. Your verb is ready for the next step. Step 2. The verb cannot stay like this. It needs some endings. The endings for the present tense in German are E, ST, T, N, T, N. The best thing is to just learn them by heart. So ich, meaning I, likes to have his verb ending in E. Du, meaning you, will have a verb with the ending st. He, she and it, sie und es, like a simple t. The plural forms wir, we, and sie, they, and the formal sie with a capital S, like the ending en. And the plural you, ihr, also takes a simple t. Everything set? So one more time. E, st, t, n, t, n. E, st, t, n, t, n. Step 3. Steer well. After a while, the endings should start to fuse with the stem. And you got your verb in the present tense. Ich koche, du kochst. Sie, es kocht. Wir kochen, ihr kocht, Sie kochen. Voila! Step 4. Take the rest of the words you chose for your sentence and put them on the working surface. Determine which one is the subject, meaning the person, thing, or object that is doing something, and put it in the first place. Examine it carefully and decide which person it is. Is it I, or maybe plural? Carefully pick the right form of the verb and place it after the subject. If you have some other words left, arrange them after the verb. And that's it. Guten Appetit! Really not so difficult, right? Let's take a look at few more examples. Take the verb machen, to do or to make. So just like we saw, cut off the infinitive ending en. Attach the present tense endings stt, n, tn. Ich mache, du machst. Sie, es macht. Wir machen, ihr macht. Sie machen. Easy as that. Let's try it again with a different verb. For example, kommen, to come. Cut off the infinitive ending en. Add the present tense endings stt, n, tn. Ich komme, du kommst. Sie, es kommt. Wir kommen, ihr kommt, sie kommen. Good job!